All right, hello and welcome everyone. This is Weekend Rental. I am Ryan and this is
Nate.
Yeah, and we are here. We both picked up Mega Man 11. It is launch week as of right now of recording. It's Friday. It came out Tuesday the 2nd. We thought it'd be fun to sit down and give our first impressions. This isn't so much a review as it is just a discussion about the game. And Nate, you're a big Mega Man fan, at least the original series on the NES. What were your initial thoughts?
All the NES I played, Mega Man X, and then after that kind of stopped.
Sure.
So this was kind of going to be a new adventure for me, and I was actually pleasantly pleased with it. It looks great.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't change it too much where it gets, it's not familiar.
Right.
And the music's still classic, and they pulled different characters from different Mega Man series. Like Mega Man 2, there's a few enemies.
Some of the bosses are the same. I think a handful of them are new, but of the 8, I think 3 or 4 are at least from the other games in the series.
Okay.
Like Torchman, I know is not original. I don't believe.
Right. You get them all mixed up because of man at the end.
Right.
But
yes.
it is all just pretty much. It's a Mega Man game. There isn't too much that's different.
Mm-hmm.
You still have kind of the boss rush at the end,
right.
So Wily's castle or whatever you want to call it, factory. So really, I don't know, not much different.
Yeah,
what are your thoughts?
I mean, I'm kind of with you. Like, I feel like they did what they needed to with 11, because like 8 or 10 and 9, those were brought out on like previous generation of hardware, and those were games that paid tribute to the 8-bit era of Mega Man. So I think they needed to change it up a little bit and do a new visual style, and I agree. Like, I think it looked really good. It was fresh looking while still feeling very familiar, which I think is important. And they didn't do a whole lot. I know some people are complaining that they didn't do a whole lot to change the gameplay or the overall core design of the game, but like, I didn't necessarily need that with this game.
Right.
I wanted it to feel like a classic Mega Man game, and it does. And then it introduces the gear system, which is the new element here. So if anyone's not familiar, basically you have a gear system with Mega Man. You can either slow down time or just power up your shot in general, which I loved, but it's also, as someone who's played these old Mega Mans, and I know we talked about it, retraining your brain to realize that you have the gears at your disposal takes some time. And usually I would die, and then I'd piece it together, oh, I need to slow down time here, or I should be powering up my shot. So it was cool once you got used to it.
I forgot that it was even there. Most of the time, as I was grinding away at the game, I was like, there's no way I can get through like the wall of fire on Torchman or whatever.
Too.
And then it's like, oh yeah, wait a second, I got something for that. So that helped.
Yeah.
But for me, it controlled really nice, but the controller for the game, not so nice. So I used a Pro Controller, which was okay. Used the D-pad.
Sure.
But my fingers were hitting like all the buttons sometimes. I'm used to just
2 buttons and
go. I did love how I could transfer through the different power-ups just by the trigger.
The triggers,
That was really nice. Instead of hitting start and having to flip through what you wanted.
It keeps it a lot more dynamic. That's true.
Absolutely. So
I liked the dedicated buttons for rush too. Like the X button was always to call down rush and springboard.
Yep.
And then later, like halfway through, I think once you're through 4 of the robot bosses, you get A assigns him to like be the hoverboard version.
Yep.
And that's always at your disposal, provided you have the power for it. So that was cool. I occasionally, like you said, I'd get in the panic and I'd like roll my thumb over NES reflex and I would call in rush on accident. But yeah, you get used to it after a while. And I did like that you could use the triggers and not have to go into the pause menu once you got the boss power-ups. But I also found myself like in a pinch juggling them incorrectly when I didn't mean to. Like I would roll my finger, especially using it undocked because those Joy-Con shoulder buttons. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So I would fat finger it and I would hit 2 and it just caused problems. I did buy the Hori D-pad controller though.
Yeah, what did you think?
It helped a lot. I mean, I definitely couldn't have played that game undocked on the Switch with the 4 buttons. That would have sucked. So having like a good D-pad made a huge difference. That thing's $25. And just for like playing this sort of game alone, I'd highly recommend that.
Yeah.
And that's the way I played it and I enjoyed it. But I could definitely see what you mean with being
even
used
just
to 2
slightly
buttons.
up on the right hand, just slightly up, just kind of messed everything up. And you get panicky when it comes to any type of those games. So you're just clicking away like crazy. And so I wish there was a way you could, I don't know, maybe have what power up you were on. I don't know. I forgot often, so I was just flipping through, pushing
Right.
buttons. Okay, what does this guy do? What does this guy do?
Yeah.
But I was kind of rushing.
And that's a
through
good point too. Like once you get to the point where you've got like 6 or more, it's tough in a pinch when you're panicked and the game's intense to like tell just by the looks.
Yep.
I wish there'd almost been like a bigger symbol up in the corner. I think that would have helped.
Yep.
Just so I knew what the shot was or the power up was. But
it. Yep.
minor complaints, I guess.
I thought the power ups were good, and there's plenty of them
Yeah.
all the way through the game, and just the little details that they do, even the like the cutscenes.
Yeah.
Just had a good, true cartoon look to it. Even the vocals kind of reminded me of some of those
Yes.
cartoons as well, which was pretty nice.
I was a little disappointed that they didn't keep the Mega Man 8 Dr. Light voice actor.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was really waiting to hear about Mr. Wily.
Wow.
Dr. Wily's at it again, and he wasn't, sadly. It was just Dr. Wily, so
Yeah.
that was a bummer. But I agree, those were done well. And I don't think I needed anything more than like those simple, cute cutscenes. Like that was enough for me.
Yep.
And I know that's been a complaint, was like that was just the most generic Mega Man-ass story ever, but it felt right at
fine.
home.
Yeah. You don't want to change it too much, especially like for me, being a Mega Man fan. If you start changing things, I'm not interested in the
Right.
game. So, best part of the game, $29.99.
Yes.
That's the best part of the game.
Yeah.
When you were talking about picking it up on the Switch, I was like, this is gonna be like $49.99
Yeah, right,
or $59.99. As soon as it was $29.99,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, I'm sold right away. I gotta pick
Same
it up.
price
So,
on all platforms. And I think that was like, I think they were smart about that. They realized that they weren't putting out like a $60 game or
Yep.
$50 game here. I think the price point with what they delivered, it's hard to complain about that.
Yep.
Whether or not you think they changed it enough or not, it's still a solid game
Yeah.
for $30.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Do you think we'll see a Mega Man 12?
Oh, for sure.
They'll just keep on going with the series?
Yeah,
for a
I
couple
think
years?
I'm hoping they'll continue to do it and continue to innovate. Like we'll build on the gear system after this.
Yep.
Maybe bring in something new. Maybe they'll take some more liberties. I don't want to see them go nuts, but
No.
this is a good ground level to reintroduce people.
Yep.
And I think the thing they did that was the smart decision is just the amount of difficulty levels,
Oh, yeah.
from beginner up to like master. That makes this game much more approachable.
I can't imagine playing it on Master. It's
No.
nuts. I played on normal and it was insane. Like, insane for me. I hated it. So,
And I played on beginner because I enjoy Mega Man games and I own some of them. I've never been a huge Mega Man person,
Sure.
and I still died. I mean, in beginner, like some of the stuff is a non-issue. Like literally falling in a pit cannot kill you. You get picked back up,
Okay.
and spikes don't kill you.
oh,
But you can die through enemy hits and you can die through boss encounters. And then like certain level hazards like this torch me on the wall of fire. So even then, there was still a good amount of death.
yeah.
And I mean, that's what I wanted. I just wanted to enjoy the game, see the levels, not kill myself, but have a small amount of challenge. I think that's where I ended up with it, which was great. And I can go back and replay it on casual or normal here.
Yeah. So most Mega Man games have that one stage that will make you rage. Which one was it?
I think we both know the answer to that, and that was Bounce Man.
Oh my gosh, I'm a pretty calm guy,
Yeah.
and I raged on that. I could not control how he jumps, and when you want him to jump high, I couldn't. You'd press down, and sometimes it would work, sometimes it didn't. It was extremely
And
inconsistent.
then those like cocked like hand cannon things that you had to load, like I could never time those right to save my life.
Yep.
It was brutal.
I thought I was gonna get stuck there, and I think I texted you. I was like, "Nope, I think I'm
like
done
you
after
wanna
this.
rage
I don't
quit.
think I can get any further." And then it was just, I think it was yesterday morning. I was like, I'm gonna put, 45 minutes into it, and
got
then
through it?
I got through it, and
Nice.
then it got a lot easier.
So that was
after
your last
stage.
master, Robo Master.
Yep. Yep.
Me too.
It was
yeah.
painful.
It was brutal, even on the difficulty I was playing on. It was tough.
Yeah.
One of the easiest bosses, though, when you had the power up, I think I 3-hit him in one because I went into gear mode with the amped up shot, and
Okay.
I just smoked him. It was like
Really?
simple.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what I used. Maybe the is it the ice wind tunnel boss? I can't remember what his name was,
Yeah.
but that's what I used on a lot of them, and it worked out.
I want to say I used fire on Bounce Man. I
Yep.
can't remember, but whatever. I mean, whatever one I defaulted to ended up being the winner, and I just
I wasn't a big fan of the bomb power up. It
No.
was kind of slow moving and
Right.
kind of hard to understand when you want to sequence them together.
That's what it was. I used the bomb one.
Okay.
That's the one that killed him because I found out that the bomb thing cleared the balloon clusters in his stage.
Okay.
It was the only thing I could get that would clear him. So I was like,
Yep.
this must be the answer, and it was. So
Yep. And I know there's already things online where it says what order you need to go
Yeah.
and who to defeat with.
I don't like to do that the first time through though. Like if I got stuck, I'd probably go and like look up a wiki, but
If I couldn't get through one stage, I was like, okay, I'll try somebody else and
Okay.
see what happens. But
yeah, that's kind of what I did too. And I got really lucky in that I started with Blockman and I found the right counters for the first 3.
Yep.
And at that point, you've got so many power-ups that
Yep.
you can kind of muscle
Makes
your
a
way
big
through a lot of
difference.
it.
Huge
So.
difference.
Yeah. It was really good. So what would you say, like, overall impressions, how satisfied you were with the game?
Extremely. Like as a Mega Man fan, it was perfect. It was just enough. Some of the new stuff was good enough. You didn't want to go too flashy. I thought
Yeah.
it was perfect for me. So
No, I'd kind of echo that too. And I'm not, I like Mega Man. I'm not a huge fan. I do appreciate the games for what they are, and I same thing. I think it was really well done
Yep.
packaged. Like you said, the price point. There are some little nitpicks here and there, but overall, it's hard to fault this game at $30.
Yep.
And I'd kind of recommend anyone pick it up and give it a shot. If this is your first game in the series to try, this is a great starting point.
oh yeah, it can make any retro person happy.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think so.
For sure. This is I'd say this is a must-buy for us.
Yep, for sure.
All right. Well, thanks. And as always, you can catch everything Weekend Rental at weekendpodcast.com. And as always,
Be kind. Rewind.